Dr. Derrell Peel, our livestock marketing specialist, joins us now. Derrell, livestock markets have been on a bit of a roller coaster lately. What's the latest?
Well, I tell you, it's been an interesting fall. We were moving seasonally lower through October, and then we got the early winter storm the last week of October, which really put a pronounced low in the market that week. We actually had a number of auctions closed that week, and obviously people weren't moving cattle. And so then, since then, of course, that storm did bring a lot of very timely and beneficial moisture. Our wheat pasture looks much better now, prospects, and so the market has reflected that, and we've seen sharp increases in feeder cattle prices, in particular these calf prices, in the past 2 weeks or so.
Does that then translate to good news for cow-calf producers?
It sure does. It seemed like cow-calf producers were kind of holding back in October. Auction volumes were down, and I think they were waiting to see if we might get a chance for some better market conditions. So we're sure seeing that now. This should provide an opportunity, and I expect to see pretty strong auction volumes here, kind of making up for those delays through the rest of November and into early December.
How about the situation for stocker producers? Are we seeing similar good news?
Well, for stocker producers, it's a little bit more of a mixed blessing, right? Because they're buying, in many cases, these calves for stockers. So the stocker budgets have been all over the place this fall, depending on exactly when you look at it. And I think that's kind of the watchword, is if you're in the market for stocker cattle, you really need to look at the conditions right now, both on the front end in terms of the buy part of it, as well as the back end if you're using, say, March feeder cattle futures to give you an indication of the backside of this thing. Those markets have also been quite volatile. And so you really just have to look at it on a day-to-day basis almost, and sort of refigure it each time you take a look at it.
Let's talk about beef demand. That's always part of the equation. What is that looking like now as we head toward the end of the year?
As we've transitioned from the summer demand, if you will, to fall and winter demand, I've had some concerns, and we've been watching this. Fall and winter is typically a time when we sort of emphasize the food service side of things. Of course, retail grocery demand continues strong. We still see restrictions on the food service side, and it's kind of a mixed bag right now if you look at it. Ribeyes are very popular for Christmas and New Year's, and a lot of that buying gets done in November. And we've actually seen ribeyes follow a pretty seasonal pattern. They've increased recently, and they're holding pretty close to year-ago levels. On the other hand, if you look at something like tenderloins, which are almost exclusively a restaurant-type menu item, those prices are about 25% below where we were this time last year. So I think we're seeing that, and we have some real dangers going forward with the potential for some additional restrictions on the food service side.
All righty. Well, we appreciate your perspective as always. Derrell, we'll see you again soon. Thank you.